Hey everybody, this is Steve. I'm coming to you today from what appears to be a volcano explosion of some sort. I'm not quite sure what it is. It is feeling a little warm, so I don't know. Just a couple of quick things about the where we're at in the class with the personal statements and also the letter of complaint that's coming up. So the first thing is about the personal statement. You all should have gotten back comments and a grade from me on that. The first key thing about these assignments is that you need to follow the instructions. So for example, some of you didn't use your Google document again. You created a new document that's not the instructions. Some of you didn't follow the instructions in terms of following a memo. And many of you didn't follow the instructions in terms of filling out the survey. I can include a link of that below here. But the point about the survey is that when you do the peer review for everybody, you go to the survey and you fill it out for each person in your group, and that helps give them more feedback. Okay, and it also helps me understand the kind of feedback that you're giving to other people in the group, because I can't really tell how active you were in the peer review without that sort of survey data. So I included this time. There's a little confusion with this first time around for peer review. We'll sort through it. It'll all be fine. Okay. The second thing is that the better projects, not surprisingly, are the ones that were more specific and much more focused on a particular personal statement purpose, I guess is a better way of putting it. Some of you had very sort of like general, kind of vague, not very specific details, not only about your own experiences and your own lives, but what it is that you were applying for. And remember, that was part of the assignment. Part of the assignment was to include details about what it is that you were applying for, what the personal statement was for in the first place. And some of you left that stuff off. The third thing I'll say for the time being, this is one of the tricky things about this course. All the writings are really short, right? So this is, maybe 2 pages long. Some of you wrote a little bit longer. Some of you wrote a little bit not enough. But these are short writings, and this is typical of the writings we're going to be doing this semester, except for the last project and maybe the second to last project of the class. That means that you have to be all that much more careful about every single sentence that you write. In other words, because you don't have a lot to explain, I'm not asking you to write so much volume so much as it is quality. And if you've only got like a page or 2 pages, that means that every sentence has to be exactly the way you want it to be, and it has to work exactly right, because if it doesn't work, it stands out as being not working. So one thing to think about with the next assignments is to think very carefully about each and every single sentence and each and every paragraph and how it all fits together, right? Because when there's not that many sentences or not that many paragraphs, every little error stands out. Now, as far as the complaint letter goes, we've talked about that a little bit online. I just want to sort of explain the way this is going to work. You need to post a copy of your complaint letter to the space on Canvas by July 7th. Then what I will do is I will match each of you up with someone else, or I'm going to pair each of you up. And then what you're going to do is essentially exchange complaints. So each of you are going to answer each other's complaint letters in the adjustment letter part of the assignment. Okay? And then we'll reconvene for a larger peer review activity. We'll see how it goes. This is a little bit trickier to facilitate online than it is in the face-to-face class, because in the face-to-face class we just show up with copies of the letters and literally just exchange them, or I put people physically in groups and they can electronically exchange them. It's a little bit more complicated than the online class, but we'll make it work. Okay, but the point is post your letter July 7th through the discussion space. Okay, I think that's it. Ooh, getting warm. I gotta get away from this. In the meantime, I'll see you online.